Just to introduce myself, I'm Donna Philbrick, and we're called the San Mateo Neighborhood Inc. We're an organization here in San Mateo, and I'd like to talk just for a couple minutes about the Biederer family, and hopefully our cover will stay on this long enough for us to get this over with. The inscription on the little library reads, "In memory of Roland Biederer, for his years of dedication to the San Mateo neighborhood," and he was dedicated to it. We'd like to thank his family for donating the little library in coordination in his memory and working with San Mateo neighborhood as a contribution to our 2021-2022 matching grant project. Roland served as a member of CPAC, Citizens Planning and Advisory Committee, and he was also a member of what we used to call SHADCO, which was the Sheriff's Office, Sheriff's Watch. I'm told he even invited his children to go to some of the meetings with him sometime. I hear y'all snickering. Y'all know what the response is. Much to their dismay, I guess they just decided they wouldn't go. He had a hotline to the mayor's office as well as the city and city council, and they listened to him. He was definitely a community servant. This property that we stand on now was more wooded property utilized by the city and owned by the city of Jacksonville. Roland advocated for this to be a city park, and he worked tirelessly to make it happen. Can you imagine what would have happened if the city had sold the land to a developer and constructed hundreds of three-story apartments along in here, and then we'd all be trying to figure out in the morning how to come up Renne Drive with hundreds of cars coming out of here. So he did us well, and today we want to thank his family for continuing his legacy by dedicating this little library to him. Gail?
Of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ones who didn't know my dad, probably saw him around the neighborhood at some point. He would be so overwhelmed, and he would be so grateful. He loved this neighborhood. Mom and Dad moved in 1967 over on Vera. Mom still lives there. Dad passed away on September 3rd of 2015. And he wasn't the only one. There's so many, and so many of them, some even here. There's so many in this neighborhood have been here for years that have done so much to keep this neighborhood nice. We live in a wonderful neighborhood. We have great neighbors, great people in this community, and it does take an effort on a lot of people's part to keep this neighborhood nice and going, and to make a park like this and to keep it clean so the kids have somewhere to get out of the house and get away from the TV and the gaming and come out, get some fresh air and run and play and be kids. And so with whoever, I'm not even sure who mentioned or who had the idea of the little library, but whoever it was, thank you. I just think it is a wonderful, beautiful addition to our neighborhood park here. It's so important to keep books in the hands of kids. It allows them to have a greater chance of success in their world, in their education. And so how the little free library works, it's basically like it says on the side, it's bring a book, take a book. But please, and these, by the way, there's over 100,000 little libraries in the world already. And in fact, if people are ever on vacation, out and about in another neighborhood, at a friend's house, they can go on to freelittlelibrary.org, I believe it is, and it'll show a site. Put where your zip code you're located in, and it'll tell you where ones are around you, so the kids can always have access no matter where they are, grandparents' house, on vacation. So it's a wonderful thing. We're going to have this one set up so the younger kids in the lower grades are going to be on the bottom shelf. Don't know how long it'll stay like that, but it's okay. And then middle school to older kids will be up here, but kids will navigate through them, whatever is appropriate for their read. But they're all good quality books. And it's bring a book, take a book. But it's okay. Some kids don't have books at home to bring, and that's okay. If they can just come and take a book. I have plenty books. I still have another bin full back there of what, and we even loaded this. I have people that have contacted us that want to even donate some. So if you know friends and they're up here and their kids don't have a book, it's okay. Just come, take a book, and put a book in a child's hand. I think it's a wonderful thing. Again, on behalf of Dad and our family, thank y'all for coming. Thank you for the ones that, and I have to say, Donna and our neighborhood team, if you've never come to any of the meetings, we're not an HOA, we're just a neighborhood incorporated, and we come together to figure out what are some things we can do to keep things going, things better. You're more than welcome to come to the meetings that are usually posted and around, and we discuss. So if you have any ideas for our neighborhood, we'd love to hear them. We're always willing to check into them and see if it's something that we can do. Like I said, I don't know whose idea this was, but this was exciting. Like when my mom, I was at a meeting when I first heard of it. And I went to my mom's house and she said, what did they do at the meeting today? And I said, I really went to a little library. She said, what's that? So I explained it to her. She's like, I always wanted to do something for the neighborhood. So she said, well, don't turn that in on the grant. She said, I'll pay for the library, and she said the little library, and they can use the grant money for something else. So I told Donna, and she was thrilled, and she said, well, you know you're going to dedicate it to your dad. And I was like, you need to do that. My dad was a humble dad. He was a worker, and he was a humble man. He didn't go around boasting and bragging on himself. So he would have been saying, no, you don't need to. So, and she said, no, I insist, we are doing it. So it was a really special thing, and it surprised us all when she did that, and I thank them for all their efforts. This lady here, she's the president of our San Mateo Incorporated, and she's amazing. So anyway, so if you ever have any time or have thoughts or ideas for our neighborhood, time to volunteer, even if it's an hour here, hour there. We came up this morning, we even had parties up here this weekend, so we kind of had to clean up a little bit, but anything you can do for your neighborhood, we truly appreciate it, and we do notice when you drive around, you can tell that it's a loved neighborhood and it's kept around. We have wonderful people here, and I've grown up, when I got married, I bought a house in San Mateo. My kids have gone to San Mateo that I went to from 4th grade up, then they went through all their elementary years. And so, and my daughter, she bought a house, so we're now a 3-generation San Mateo family. So anyway, thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for all what y'all do for the neighborhood. Thank you for being great neighbors, and we appreciate everyone. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Jill. Mrs. Biederer, yes. Would you do the honors of us for cutting the ribbon on the little library? Cutting of the ribbon will signify that the little library is open.
Front here.
In the front.
Thank everybody for coming. Appreciate it.
Okay, let's get them out of the sun.
And we have cupcakes over here for everyone, and the cooler is some bottled water. Help yourself, it's for your taking. And the children are welcome to come and take a book home with them.